on it. Yeah, yeah.
I want you to win.
I ain't seen real brown since seen nothing. I ain't seen real, I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my day I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight, cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say yeah, I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you unless it's money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sickness. Another bag, another season, another description.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Lions, coming up next.
After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Tonight, it's a battle for one team to join the greatest to ever play the game, between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who...
From the 33 on second down. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Connection made to Coleman. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Davis gets it from the gun, and he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
An option give to Robinson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Bills first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They send the tight end in motion. Running out of the gun with Davis. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Completed over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does 2 things. Number 1, it strikes fear in the defense, and number 2, you gain respect of your teammates.
A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You know, it sure looked like defense had done enough to hold him on that play. Credit that first down to a good initial effort and second effort to keep fighting to go get that extra yard needed.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Time to start the scoring in this Super Bowl, partner. We've got first and goal. From the red zone now. Has it down close. Touchdown, Buffalo. So that right there, exactly what you're looking for in the opening drive of a game.
And these opening drives are tone setters. You come out flat, maybe you go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, Kate, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
Taken in by Smith. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
Brooks on the counter. Through the second level at the 40. And he gets it forward to the 43-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the first. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future. This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. We get a timeout here called by the offense. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Starting from the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Handoff here to Davis. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. Throwing here, Allen. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's the end of one in Super Bowl 63. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Tampa after this. We are back and just as excited as you are. Time to resume action here in Super Bowl 63. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. Slot man in motion right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Fourth down, here's Allen. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Blitz coming here, Allen. He's got it near the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. Davis runs it in, touchdown Buffalo! The Bills now lead by 10. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills drive their lead to 11. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
He's got it over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. From the gun, Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up second down. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he gets this forward to the 19. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Detroit. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there, because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, here's Jones. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Bills are headed out, and we're going to see Ray Davis. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Allen. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Motioning him from the slot right. 2nd down. Here's Allen again. That one's complete, right side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They're now set for 1st and 10. Pressure coming. It's Allen. Throwing the out route complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Again, Allen to the air. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner, that was a matchup successful for this offense.
And he works this to the 38 before going down. Well, that's the 2-minute warning. The Bills with a chance to add to their lead. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. To throw again, it's Allen. And oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted. And the Lions get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, Brock, they could have gone wrong to set up 3rd and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why playing this position, you've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable 2nd down, well, you got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. On 1st down, it's Goff. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Goff. Hits him on the out route. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. Goff now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Williams coming in motion right. Goff on 1st and 10. St. Brown's got it, complete. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Detroit calls timeout, it's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. All set up now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Still sticking with the passing game. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They can revisit that play in the future.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
That one on the offense, but declined, so we will indeed head to halftime. And on to Orlando for our halftime report from Jonathan Coachman. So we are to the halfway point of Super Bowl 63. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment.
Enough waiting. Let's crown a champion, shall we? The second half of the Super Bowl is underway. Returnable from the 2. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Here comes the offense for Detroit to begin the second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be fiery to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. First down throw from Goff. Finds him over the middle. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 28. It's taken in by Williams. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. First down, ball at the 36. Tight end motioning right. Throwing is gone. Complete out to the right. He's got to gain a 6 there. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he's brought down after a short gain. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Running once more with Brooks. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And this one doesn't go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Davis there to grab it. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Third and long, it's Allen. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. And the Lions get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts in too many possessions.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here's Gong. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the shotgun, Gong. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Big gain downfield. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the pass.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us when we get to see a 2-point play. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and can energize a defense and give them that swag when the defenses stop them.
The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. On the return, here's Jones. This return makes it up to the 25. The Bills set to take over offensively. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Looking slant route complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 2nd and 3 now. They send a man in motion. Davis up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. A 5th defensive back into the game for the Lions. 3rd down coming. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That's taken at the 15. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the gun, Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. From the gun, a give to Brooks. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 1st down, ball at the 36. Goff. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Goff to the air now. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That one gains 7. And that gives the Lions the 1st. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Into the red zone. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
First down from the red zone. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. That'll bring us 1 quarter away from the end of Super Bowl 63. The Lions in a new spot here. They have it late with this lead, seeking a devout fan base's first ever title. Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That one gonna go against the D.
Pass interference. Defense.
And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that first down. Running it after the penalty. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I tell you what, before the snap, I think everybody in the stadium would have said this offense was going to score on that series. The only people who didn't think that were the most important people, and that's the 11 dudes on defense that made the play.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he was able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions stretch it to a 2-score game in the fourth. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions push the lead up to 12. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. On the return, here's Jones. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Connection made to Coleman. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw now, Allen. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 3 on that game. And that's good for a Bills first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw for Allen. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
You're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, here's Allen. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On the handoff, here's Davis. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
Allen on 3rd down. Throwing deep for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. They motion the slot man right. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills now within 1 score in the 4th. waits now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Back to the well again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
One of the tight ends in motion left. Goff on 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 43. It's taken in by Williams. And he's taken down at the 30. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Lions leading by 5. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another carry for him. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but they're still well behind the sticks. 3rd down coming up. Motioning the tight end now. They'll run it here on 3rd down. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Nothing for them there. Maybe 1 yard. That's going to be 4th down.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them. Keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. back to throw. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here he is to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. And there's going to be no louder city than Detroit tonight. The Lions have won the Super Bowl. Commissioner Roger Goodell about to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Detroit Lions, your champions of Super Bowl 63. So that is a wrap. Another memorable NFL season in the books for our entire team here at EA Sports. For my partner Brock Hewitt here, our fellow commentators Brandon and Charles, Mike and Greg, I'm Kate Scott saying thanks for watching. We cannot wait to catch y'all again next season. Until then, good night, everybody, from the Super Bowl.